Welcome to the Strategic Life Podcast, episode 95, Determination, with your host, Coach Mario.
Dr. Mario.
Along with Frank.
And our special guest today.
E flat.
Oh, he introduced himself. That's how you take control, baby.
I like it.
That's how you take control. So we have E flat Pro, and I was going to list out the rolling long carpet of
accolades,
accomplishments.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
So this is, wait, hold on. We just found out because I thought it was 2 times Grammy nominated.
I knew it was 4.
4-time Grammy nominated. Producer and engineer, E flat Pro, who has worked with people such as Luis Figueroa, Motiff Music, Marc Anthony, Wisin y Yandel, J-Lo, Gente de Zona, and Natalia Jimenez.
And the Strategic Life Podcast.
Come on, somebody.
Sorry, man. Like, come on.
I was going to throw it out there. You beat me to the punch.
Those guys.
You may have heard of some of those names. So thank you for being here,
bro. Thank you guys for having me. You know, when you called me and gave me the opportunity, man, to be here with you guys, I felt honored. And, man, I'm just ready to talk, you know, and share some ideas with you guys. Amazing meeting Mario Sr. here.
Dr. Mario. He made a cameo. He made a cameo.
And your brother-in-law, I love the vibe. We've been chatting for a little bit. We were actually just sharing ideas before we started. So I'm really excited about this time that we're about to share together, man. Thank you.
Yeah, we definitely want to hear your story, man. 4 Grammy nominations. Eso no se da todos los días.
No, correct, man.
Right? You don't see that every day.
Yeah, that's something to be proud about alone, man.
Yes,
So,
Thank you, guys.
Our
Thank
hats
you.
off. I'm not wearing my hat, pero.
Thank you. Yo iba a venir con tu hairdo hoy, pero me puse la cosita.
Oh, man. I came close to wearing yours.
Excellent. So let's start from the top. So, well, actually, let's really start from the top. What was?
Can we start from the top?
That was the top.
Okay.
How were you conceived? No, just kidding.
Not that top.
Interesting.
We've had those here. We've had those conversations here. So
When a man loves a woman, also a song by someone who may or may not have a Grammy, but he's not here, so it doesn't matter. But I met E flat Pro here. I can't even imagine what year it was. It must have been early 2000s.
Yeah, man, definitely.
So I was shooting a music video. So if you didn't know, I have some music in my bones. So I used to rap. You're welcome. Don't go digging through the YouTube.
Go digging for it, porque está buenísimo.
and post that and tag us on it all, please.
The song was actually recorded already, and we rented. We actually went to a studio. Oh gosh, I can't remember the name. Swamp Mountain. That's right. Yeah. So we went to the studio to record just the video. I don't know why everyone's laughing. I'm not sure what's going on.
There's a studio called Swamp Mountain.
That's the name of it. It was a nice studio.
Super nice.
Yeah. So we went out there just to shoot a video of me in the booth. The song was already recorded. And then we didn't have anybody to actually sit there on the controls. And I think he didn't want anybody back there who didn't know what they were doing.
Facts.
The owner. So he's like, well, I got a guy waiting to come in after you guys. He can, I'll let him sit there. And so he was my producer that I hired to be in a video. Actually, I think you did adjust the levels a little bit. I think you're like, hold up, let me clean this up a little for you.
I think it was 2010, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, wow.
2010, yeah.
Wow.
I remember my wife was pregnant.
Yes, she was.
Yeah.
She was.
Definitely 2010, man.
So that's how I met him. And then I think we just stayed connected through social media because we've never hung out after that. We did find out that he, at a couple different points in time, had similar circles with my wife. So they knew each other. She's like, she was calling him. She saw him on my social media, and she's like, "Is that calling him by his government name?" And I'm like, "Wait, how you know this guy? Wait a minute, hold on. What's going on here? How do you know him? That's not his name. That's not his name. That's not how I met him." But so that's how we came into contact. I've just been a big supporter, I think, through the years. Every time he's done something or wrote something out. I mean, not all the time. I'm not a E flat Pro groupie. I'm sure they're out there, but
Doesn't have T-shirts.
I would throw a comment like, "Hey, man, like." Awesome to see. Love what you're doing. You have my support. So proud of you just because music and, music industry is tough. I mean, I'm sure he's going to tell us more, but that's why Determination is the name of this episode because as you think of someone who's been in it for that long and made it, to me, you made it. That's, I'm sure at some point people will feel different, but
Thank you,
how did you find it within you to stay so consistently driven and determined in an industry that can, break your dreams and shatter you?
Man, Since you've been saying it for a while, I've been in the music industry my whole life. I started as a musician. I've been on the road. My father was a musician for so many years. My brother and I started, playing music in church, and we were really young. We got to experience, my mom is really religious, so we started in church. When we started in church, we started playing here and there, gigging. We had a church band called Creation at that time. And, we broke up after a while because, we became young men, We wanted to make money. At the end of the day, we started gigging out, getting on tour. My brother had the opportunity to work with Pitbull. I was able to be around those guys for many years, being able to get information from all these cats that have been in a pedestal that I've always wanted to be at,
Yeah.
At that time, being a young man, you're thinking more about what you get from it instead of your dream, and you want to do it because it's going to fulfill your whatnot. You think more of the materialistic stuff when you're young,
Instead of your purpose and your calling and your passion.
So I was, lucky enough to be in the same industry and the same rooms as my brother and Pete, and just being young, decided to make the change from being just a musician to getting in the studio, Now, getting in the studio is hard because you got to pay for studio time,
It's not free?
No, nothing in this world is free, man.
Yeah, exactly.
So
that's the truth.
That is when I noticed that, okay, I could either go get a job, and I definitely did, by the way. I worked, and I think that when we met, I was not making a dime at the studio. Like you just spoke about that, hey, this guy's coming after you. I was actually paying to be there. You know what I mean?
It was the swamp.
Yeah, definitely.
The mountain.
So, being broke at that time, my wife was pregnant, like I just said,
Wow.
So where did you work at that time, if you don't mind me asking?
At Swamp Mountain.
Oh, okay. So you were okay. So you weren't at Publix. No disrespect for my people.
Definitely,
In Publix, you know what I mean?
I worked at Publix.
Yeah, well.
Well, power to you, man. I definitely worked at Winn-Dixie right there on
That was
Sunset.
my first job.
Oh.
And
Sunset at 152.
Yeah. So that worked.
Don't battle. Don't battle for that.
My first job was McDonald's way back in the day.
Wow.
Check that out.
Yes.
Mickey D's,
How
baby.
much was the burger then? 8 cents?
Yeah, it
Eso
was.
estaba 5 centavitos.
It's a little bit after Moses parted the Red Sea.
There you go. Okay, so you had a job at that point. Mhm.
So then, wife is pregnant. I need to, I have a baby on the way. So I had the opportunity to go on the road playing a really big song called Stereo Love. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the accordion. Right?
Yeah.
So, brother, I traveled.
Wait, so that was you playing that?
The accordion, yeah, man.
Shut up.
So, I was on tour for a long time. Wife gave birth. I had it super chill, man. The company that I worked for at that time, called CP Records out of Canada, really took care of me, man. Took me in as one of their. I love the structure of the company itself, and I'll tell you why. At that point, I was just content going back on the road and being a musician. When I had said, I want to be a producer, I sort of put that on pause to be in the road because, hey, that's easy money. I'm going to have a baby on the way.
Right.
Let me get this job, So definitely got taken care of. Bro, I got that company is one of the first companies that signed The Weeknd. At that time, I think it was 2010, 2011 when they signed him. And he did his first album called House of Balloons. I don't know.
Yeah.
If you heard of that.
Off the trilogy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, good luck with those vinyls. They're like $80 each.
Yeah, facts. Brother, so I got the opportunity to meet all these guys, and I will never forget Tony Saul was the president of CP Records. He really took me in as one of his own. I used to go to Canada. He used to, whatever I needed, I had. I used to come here. I used to be young, man. He used to have me on a salary, and I still, not being in the right state of mind. I was still spending money. Yo, me estoy comiendo un cable, mi hermano. No tengo para pagar la renta.
So at those times, were you on the production side or engineering side?
In that time, so at that time, I was already like a year, 2 years into the touring, and they trusted me a little bit more. So I would go to the studio with the artist, or go production and stuff like that.
Okay.
I was definitely a musician still.
Right.
You know?
Okay, because you were also playing instruments as well.
Yeah, I was on the road playing the accordion y también after a year playing that ya tú te cansas, loco, you know? Because then, bro, I'm not an accordion player, you know? I consider myself a producer. That's what I want to do. But I ended up falling into this. I am an accordion player for everybody, you know? Everybody will see me and they're like, oh, look, that's a Stereo Love guy.
Huh. Yeah.
So
it
means you were good.
Listen, I was good, right?
Yes.
What happens that I didn't know how to play accordion like that, man. My mom's Colombian, my father's Dominican. I should know how to play accordion.
Wait a minute. So how did you get to the? So how did you get on it in the first place? I didn't do it. I just did it.
Figuring it out. Well, believe it or not,
I just picked it up and I was good, so I just kept it up.
brother, they call me. The way I got the gig is they were coming into town to work.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had my accordion because my mom had just got into town from Colombia and she brought me an accordion. Vallenato is the Colombian, thing.
This is the best. Somebody handed this guy an accordion. Someone just walked by and he's like, oh, this whole thing?
They're like, yo. So I was messing around with it, and they're like, hey, tomorrow somebody's looking for an accordion player, such and such. I'm like, who? Yeah, you want to do it? I'm like, what? I don't play accordion.
Oh my God.
They're like, come on, I think you could do it. You could figure it out. They're going to tell you what to play. I'm like, perfect. Let's go. Let's do it. Boom. Determination.
There you go.
That's it.
And
Wow.
definitely, brother, learn how to play accordion,
Overnight.
I definitely learned how to play accordion and not that I'm the best at it, but I could definitely defend myself. I've definitely gone to give serenatas to my mom with my accordion just to thank her. Thank you, mommy. I love you so much. Thank you so much por haberme dado todas las herramientas que necesito. Y lo digo en español para que me entienda. Gracias por darme todas las herramientas que me diste cuando estaba joven. No estuviera aquí si no fuera por ti. Te amo.
And what's her name?
Argemira Arroyo.
There you go. Shout out to Argemira.
Yes,
for giving
sir.
him those tools. Yes.
Okay, so as we talk about determination, I just want to pause this for 1 second. Someone just gave this guy a tool.
Yep.
And he got a job with it right away. Granted, he's in the right place, right time.
No,
and,
Bobby,
and,
no,
and,
I'm
and
sorry.
you knew what's up.
Coach,
But,
bring
like,
it back. Bring it
that's-
back. If somebody gave him a hammer and then he decided to go into demolition, that's a tool. They gave him an accordion, man. Like
It's
and
a
you don't get
tool.
more. You don't get more difficult than that.
That's a
Well,
little
that's what I'm
bit
saying.
different.
This
No,
is
that's
why
not
it's
a
impressive.
tool. Again, a hammer's a tool. They gave him a freaking bulldozer. Like, it's not
Without
like they gave
without
him
a license.
It's not like they gave him a recorder and hey, learn how to cross buttons. No,
True,
man.
true.
They gave him an
Definitely.
accordion, dude.
Definitely.
I mean, the only thing I could come up with worse than that is, hey, here's a bagpipe. Have fun, you know?
Go for it, right?
I
that's
almost want to
crazy.
give him a bagpipe and stick him out there and say,
See what happens.
He'd probably do well with it.
I'll figure it out.
yeah.
Yes, he would.
It's
He'll
happening.
be determined
They
to
got,
figure it out.
I got put on a Scottish jig real quick.
and it's not easy. I mean, I don't know if you know this, but your grandfather played the accordion, and that's where he started in church. Never took a lesson either, but he played the harmonica and the accordion. So by ear, he learned.
So on behalf of E Flat Pro and even you can play an accordion.com,
There you go.
dreams come true.
Definitely.
Amazing. Okay.
So can we stop for a sec there?
Definitely, man.
So that's a hell of a lesson to learn. How old were you when you said, hey, I have something, I'm going to make my path with what I have? Because that's where a lot of people stop. They're like, okay, I want to get into the music industry, but I don't have the music tools. You didn't have it either. All you had was an accordion.
Brother, I'm going to tell you something. I'm so grateful. My father passed away 2008, right? I'm emotional, by the way.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
They say men don't cry, especially Latinos.
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
No, we
That's a lie.
we
that's a
talked
lie.
about this before I got here. We were
That's
talking
right.
about the power of changing people, and I'm
Yes.
like, I can't.
Yes.
I have to try not to cry.
Definitely.
When I'm working with people sometimes
Absolutely.
around some stuff, so it ain't nothing new around here.
So my father, musician, 45 years with one band. My mother's whole side of the family, I feel like she's the only one, her and her sister, that don't do music, but definitely her whole family does music. So when I was a kid, I was around music my whole life, So I definitely, at 6 years old or 5 years old, I knew how to read and write music before I knew how to say, llévame al baño, Like, I definitely knew that I wanted to do music my whole life. I was 5 years old going to a studio to go see Oscar de Leon.
Wow.
When I was, you know what I'm
One
saying?
of the greats.
Yeah.
Bro, I see Oscar de Leon till today, and he's like, oh, el destructor. Siempre me acuerdo de ti que me rompía los micrófonos en mi estudio. You know?
Microphone breaker.
That's amazing.
Please don't break these.
No.
So definitely, man, from a early stage, I've wanted to do music. I've known that this is what I want to do, you know? And I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of people out there that have a love for something. They're just scared to do it, or they think that they're not going to have the shot because it's too hard and they just give up, you know? But definitely putting your mind to something that you love makes it work out, you know? In anything, not only in music, not only... and my wife is a hairstylist, man, you know, and I remember her doing hair at our little 1-bedroom apartment with 2 kids, you know, out of the sink, bro, you know, charging $100 for working on a girl's hair for 7 hours, bro, you know, like, wow, a mission, bro. And I had to be there grabbing the kids before the studio, you know, but I knew that that's what she wanted to do. And I seen that girl, bro. I'm so proud of her. Bro, she owns her own business now, you know. She is backed up with clients that just want to get her hair done with her. Bro, and she makes way more money than me. I'm so proud of that, too. It's just a little bit lighter on my pockets.
I hear you.
But definitely, man, she has shown me as well, you know. I am at where I'm at today because that is my backbone, you know.
Nice.
Definitely.
Here's what I haven't heard,
Beautiful,
right?
man.
So determination. But what I didn't hear in that entire story is music lessons. It wasn't about the money, right?
At all. It's never about, it's about me feeling good inside, you know? A lot of people ask me like, yo, what do you do in a studio session? I was like, you know, it's hard to explain that, you know? Like, obviously we do music, you know? But we literally sit there and before we even start, we talk for like an hour or 2 hours. And we just vibe, you know? We just talk, we get to know each other.
You create an experience.
You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, we're not going to work. I hate going to the studio and saying, I got to go work, you know? I'm going to go have fun with my friends, you know? And do what I love and make myself feel good, you know? Obviously, we were talking about this earlier, you know? Like, the money's good, obviously, you know? Sure. You need money to live. A lot of people say that you don't need money to be happy. Unfortunately, it's ironic how happy you are when you have the money, you know? It's crazy, you know? To me, that's always been something that I'm like, damn, how crazy. Definitely, you don't need it. I have been in a spot where I've been super happy and I haven't had lights in my house and my kids were living at my mom's house. And I had an apartment and I had no lights in my house. And I was at a job, I was unhappy, and my wife told me, listen, I'd rather be in this house with no lights than see you upset because you got to go clock in for somebody else. I don't want you to do that, you know? Bro, you know what it is for a girl to tell her man that here in society nowadays, the men should be taking care of their family, the men should be... I was not doing it, you know? I was not doing it. Why? Because I let go of the musician job that I had with the accordion. I was tired of being called the accordion player. I don't want to be the accordion player. I do not want to be the accordion player. I want to be songwriter, producer, you know, engineer, you know? Yeah. And she helped me, you know? She was like, listen, let's go move in with your mom, bro. You know, your mom loves us. We'll figure it out. Excuse me. We'll figure it out, definitely. We always figure it out. It's better to be doing what you love to do and be happy inside, because if we're not happy inside, everything around us is not okay, you know? Correct. And I'm going to tell you something. Earlier today, I was talking with... one of my friends. I was actually telling him, I'm going to go to a podcast today. We're going to talk about determination. And he's like, man, you know what's crazy? I was listening to somebody talk about determination the other day. And it's so funny because you cannot get to determination without 2 things right before that. I'm like, what is it? He's like, motivation. You know, motivation. You need motivation before there is determination. And the reason why is because motivation is not something that comes get you. I feel like you got to find the motivation. You know what I'm saying? For example, and I'm going to give an example here. Just last year, I was 344 pounds, you know? Bro, and I had my new baby, which is actually 1 year and 4 months. And I was carrying the baby, and I got the worst back pain. Ojo, I was heavy, but I was still active. You know, I go play basketball with my friends once a week. Not that I was just a heavyweight guy just sitting in front of the TV. You know, I was a really active person, going to the studio, doing this, doing that. And I would always tell my friends, damn, he said, I'm not motivated. All my friends like, yo, you gotta lose weight. I'm like, I'm not motivated, bro. I'm not, no me puedo levantar del sofá. Ella workout, no me sale, you know? Pero ¿qué pasa? Cargo al niño, and I'm carrying my baby, and I get the worst lower back pain. I'm like, damn. I have 2 kids, 10 and 9. Well, now 11 and 10. But at that time, I'm like, yo, I got to play with them, you know? I got to play football. I got to play baseball. I got to play basketball, you know? I'm not going to be able to do this with this kid if I keep going down this road, you know? The hardest thing I've ever done was wake up that next day and go to the gym and then go. I will never forget, I think it was July 24th or June 24th. I went to one of my best friend's house with my family. He has a baby and his wife. We went to eat dinner. And I said that day, I'm like, man, I got to lose weight. I cannot eat pizza, you know? I need a salad, bro. I walked myself to a Publix that's right next to his house, got myself a salad, came back home. And, man, that day I was like, damn, I'm definitely motivated, you know? And then my boy's like, you're not motivated. You're determined now. You know what I'm saying? You're past that motivation phase, you know? You are definitely determined to do it, you know? And, man, I'm going to tell you something. Nowadays, if I don't wake up and do something active, my whole day is just,
yeah.
I'm like, damn, I'm missing something, you know? I even work out at nighttime. Sometimes I get home at, like, 10 at night, and I'm there outside in the backyard doing jumping jacks, high knees, squats, just because it makes me feel good, bro, you know? Yeah. And I want to be healthy, not only for myself, but like I said, for my kids, my family. I want to give them the best version of myself, you know?
Excellent.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. I mean, I think there's a motivation. And so let's just throw this out real quick. You were at 344, you said, last year?
344.
And we're at what now?
I'm at 255.
There you go.
Nice.
I gained 10 pounds over Thanksgiving.
Nobody else on this table. Nobody else did.
We all did, my brother. Like,
so we're just winning in all areas of life. We've got Grammys. We're losing weight. We have
that's another good lesson he's
a
teaching
strong
us.
woman at home. I mean, fantastic. Go ahead.
That's another good lesson he's teaching us, in that, you know, you can be active but not healthy, right?
Definitely.
And you kind of, I'm sensing a pattern there with the way you are mentally, because you're also like, well, I rather work and not make the money than be miserable because I'm still not seeing the results anyways. So what that tells you is, you know, and E and I have similar styles in that, and we've never had this conversation, but the money is a byproduct of what you put in. A lot of people wake up in the morning and like, well, the success, the money, the weight loss, I need to see that as a result. Nah, man, the results your focus should be what I put into losing weight, what I put into the gym, what I put into the business, what I put into music and my passion. Focus on what you're going to put in. The money, the weight loss, the good relationships, those are byproducts of what you build.
Definitely makes you feel good. I'm not going to lie to you,
of course.
You know,
of course. But the reason it feels good is because you see it. You want that success. And you put it in so you feel like you earned that success.
It's results.
Yeah, because if I give you $100,000 right now, oh man, I got $100,000, but you'll blow it. You don't know how to get to it. Yeah. You'll probably wake up in the morning and have doubts that you will ever see that money again.
I've been there.
You have that anxiety now with money, right? Same thing. If you wake up in the morning tomorrow and you didn't earn the physique, you didn't earn the health, you didn't earn the good relationship, oh my God, I'm going to lose this. You're going to live with an anxiety and an attachment to that's unhealthy.
Yeah. Bottom line, you can't get it in if you don't put it out.
Correct.
And these two examples with just his weight loss journey,
man.
Let me not downsize it. Your lifestyle choice journey, because I mean, weight loss is it's not a weight loss. It's literally changing your whole life.
We release the weight.
We release the weight, exactly, because if you lose it, it comes back. So you gotta release
That's
it.
what happened at Thanksgiving.
So
before I get corrected again.
In the lifestyle changes department, in the music department, so that's two different things, and that's fantastic because. Just like with motivation can come and go. Someone can tell you something, or you can watch someone and that can motivate you for a second, which someone could be watching this or listening to this right now, and they can be motivated for a second. Definitely. But you have to tie this back to your purpose and to your identity about who you are, who you want to be, because ultimately that's what's going to either fuel your determination or spark your motivation. And without that, without your purpose, without your identity, it's a wild time, especially when things hit the fan. When you're stressed or when you're under pressure, as Dr. Mario always says, if you know who you are, you know what to do. Yeah. But if you don't, you're lost, and then you're searching for something, and you're searching for it in the wrong places, 100%. And then you're starting to buy stuff, to fill voids that aren't. It's not a material thing you're looking for. Just telling you right now. So
it's easy to get lost like that, Man, just like he was saying right now, 100 grand. It's a great example. I had 100 grand. I had 150 grand just 2 years ago. I have nothing to show for it because I was making the wrong decisions. I was, grabbing money and blowing it up because it was making me happy, to blow the money. I lost it. I didn't lose it, Definitely, I, took care of my family. I was able to, hold us down, hold my family down. I'm still being able to do that. Definitely, I was too young, with that amount of money. You know what I mean? And did not make the right decisions for it. Not that I'm in a bad spot, but definitely I am in a great spot just because I know what not to do now.
And that's the lesson. I mean? That's the lesson, right? Because in life, everyone, including our viewers, will be confronted with distraction.
Yes.
With dissolution.
Yeah, man.
And deception. Yeah. And sometimes we deceive ourselves. Those are those limiting beliefs which lead to those limiting decisions you're talking about. But what I'm hearing here is that intrinsic motivation, right? Because you can get a coach, you can go to the gym and you see people that are as a matter of fact, right now, talking about New Year's resolutions and and whatever. Valentine's Day comes out, and even before that, those resolutions are dead. Yeah. Dead on arrival.
No, third week of the gym,
right?
It looks
exactly.
It's empty in there.
Yeah. Right.
Correct. Yeah,
Gym lovers love it. The gym owners love it.
Yeah. Because what you
My
need
favorite
is
day
not,
at the gym is Friday. It's empty.
What you need is not a cheerleader. What you need is a supporting cast.
Correct.
And so I'm so glad to hear how strong your wife as a partner, how strong your mother that supported.
No,
and
his boys. Hey,
right?
You need to lose some weight, right? Because that's another thing. You could surround yourself. Players don't surround themselves with cheerleaders. They surround themselves with coaches.
There you go.
Right? If your group of friends is nothing but, oh, you did good, and then they walk away, like, that's a cheerleader. And those are good to have. Those are fun. That's cool, right? Go hang out with them. But what you want is coaches around your life. You want other peers. You want other players around your life.
You want people that are going to tell you the truth, even when you don't want to hear it. Bottom line. Because and that's why, honestly, me and Frick, besides the fact that, I married his sister.
You did?
That's a whole other story.
Besides we should do that as a podcast one day, right?
We should bring her in.
We should bring her in. That's kind of
oof. Are you guys done? Besides that, for the third time, I don't have a sound effect to drop on here. But besides that, ultimately, that's why we're such good friends, because we can tell each other what we don't want to hear. And it's just like, hey, you know what? And I use his language. Well, maybe it's because he tells me every once in a while. He's like, hey, Bobby, you're not going to want to hear this, but and it's not a judge. Yeah. It's not from judgment. It's not to, it's not from any negative space, but it's because he cares and observes. And unfortunately, if someone doesn't care about you enough to tell you, even at a lower level, you got a booger in your nose or your flies down, you know what I'm saying? If they can't even tell you that, they're not going to tell you, hey, buddy, you're making the wrong decisions with your money. Or, hey, you might want to relax and get the salad or something like that. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And you'll see that because of the solution. So, like what Coach Mario and I do, not only will we share or point out a problem, but then we will come up with a solution, right? So Coach is quick to tell me, like, hey, okay, then let's do this. I'll help you out. Or, hey, we'll do this. Follow up with me, right? So put those people in your life because it'll make your journey a lot better.
Man, 100%.
Oh, it's the best. He'll call me and just be like, okay, Coach. And otherwise it's just like, hey, stupid. What are you doing? Flanagan's Friday.
I'm going to tell you the truth, man. My wife is that piece in my life. She does not sugarcoat anything for me. And my mom too, man. She has always been really strong. My wife sometimes looks at me and she's like, damn, your mom was so strong with you. I was like, yeah, but I love my mom. I talk to my mom every day. I call my mom every day. I thank my mom every day. You know how cool it felt to have my mom in Las Vegas with me for the Grammys. You know, she saw her too. My brother was nominated for Grammys too.
Oh,
we were
wow.
actually in the same category. I actually lost to my brother, Marc Anthony, you know, so.
You lost to Mark.
But
How dare
listen,
you,
bro.
Actually, you know, we talked about this on the phone when I first called you to set
We
this up.
definitely did, man.
So, yeah, go ahead. Finish your thought.
So
and we'll get to the other thought, because a lot of good thoughts.
I am so excited, you know, to have my mom in my life, or for whatever higher being. Obviously, in my space is God. For somebody that's watching, maybe they don't believe in God, but I know that other people believe in like higher beings and the universe and all of this, you know. Bro, God chose my mom for me, you know what I mean? And I am so thankful that he chose that for me. I am more thankful as well that he chose my wife, you know what I'm saying? My backbone, you know? I definitely wouldn't be half the man I am without her, because she definitely pushes me every morning. Every morning she's like, hey, you got to go to the gym. I'm like, not today. She's like, come on, then you're going to be over here in a bad mood because you didn't go to the gym, that I didn't wake you up, you know? That cool, helps me, man. You know what I'm saying? That helps me. She definitely is the motor for the whole family. You know, my kid saw me losing weight, saw me in a diet. My kid was heavyweight too. You know, he was going down the same path. And man, he saw me like 2 weeks into my thing, and he was like, I want to eat what Papi's having. You know? Wow. I was like, damn, this is important. Now I'm not doing this for me anymore. You know? I'm doing it for my kids now. Because my kid is going to have this discipline. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? I don't know if you remember, I said there's 3 things. There's 2 things before determination. Motivation. I feel like with motivation comes discipline. Then with discipline comes the determination. You know what I mean? So, man, see my kid going to that. Then my wife joined the workout thing and the healthy thing. You know what I'm saying? Like seeing how I was able to change everybody's life, you know, in my household.
By example,
man, you know, and it's such an easy thing how happy everybody is now, you know. I'm going to the gym, dale, babe, I'm going to the gym, stay with the kids, dale, baby, don't worry about it, you know, like that is amazing, man, you know. Hey, how was your workout today? At the end of the day, man, yesterday I went to a studio. We're actually working, I don't know if I told you, we're doing some stuff for Netflix and stuff like that.
Yes, yeah, you did mention.
So
this guy's awesome.
We were working at the studio one night, and man, my wife waited for me up, you know, and man, I left my house yesterday at 7 a.m. I did not get home till 1:30 in the morning, you know.
I do that all the time, by the way.
No, definitely. It's not, listen.
He doesn't have a wife.
If you don't do it, you gotta do it.
He doesn't have a wife.
No. The joke was it wasn't for work though. No, man.
I'm gonna tell you something. My wife waited up for me, man, and it felt so good to just share with her. Man, we shared probably 35 minutes, 40 minutes. That outside, we walked outside. We went to the backyard. We sat down. How was your day? How was my day? How was your workout? How was your workout? You know, and that communication right before I go to bed makes me want to be with her more. You know what I mean? Because what happens is that sometimes I get lost with so much work, you know? I barely sleep, man. You know what I'm saying? There's sometimes that those studio sessions go on till I don't get home till 4 a.m.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you the truth, man. Studio sessions are wild, you know? You have an artist in the studio that is drinking, and, you know, you don't want to drink that night, but you don't want to be the party pooper, you know? And I'm sorry for the language.
You're good.
You don't want to be the party pooper. So, and to create with such artists, I'm not gonna say the names, but and they're drinking, you know, and they're partying, and damn, you know what? I need to be on their level because they're trying to get me involved in this shit, and I'm not involved because I'm not drunk, brother.
Right.
You know,
right?
You know, I gotta. All right, let me pour myself a drink. Boom. Let me pour myself another drink. I end up getting home at 4 a.m. I have a family, brother. You know. That they're gonna wake me up at 6:30 in the morning. You know, my kid does not miss 6:30 in the morning leche. You know what I mean? Like that has to happen. You know, or my middle kid wakes up every morning at 7 a.m, no matter what. You know, bro, getting home at 4:30 in the morning. I don't know how I do it, but I always wake up with my family, and I make sure that I'm there. You know, I make sure that my kids see me wake up in my house. You know, even though it would be easy to say, hey, I'm going to stay in the studio and work. Bro, sometimes I leave the studio so sad because they're still going, you know. but I know that I gotta wait. So I have this thing with my wife, right? I'm like, she's like, listen, I don't care if you're making $1,000, $2,000, $5,000. You gotta be home by 5, you know, because I want my kids to see you at home. I don't want my kids to know that it's okay for their dad to be out all night and come home at 7 in the morning when the sun is out. You know, definitely it's happened. There's special occasions, you know, where, listen, I'm with such and such. I cannot leave right now, you know. I need to stay here because it's an opportunity for me. She knows that if it's an opportunity for me, it's an opportunity for my whole family, you know.
Yeah, but those are exceptions.
Yeah.
Those are
definitely.
You can't make it the norm.
Right.
Definitely.
Right.
But brother, I have made it a thing, you know. If I'm at the studio at 4, I'm already winding down. Everybody already knows, man, when he's about to ride, they already see me picking up my laptop. He's like, oh, and then somebody new might be at the studio and they're like, yo, don't leave yet. And everybody that already knows me, they're like, hey, don't even try it, brother. He is out, you know. There's no holding this man back, you know. And
he's determined to get home.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it all goes to that, man.
Because
you
you're disciplined with the 5. And wife provides the motivation.
You know what I mean?
So, yeah, man.
Happy wife, happy life, man.
Totally,
You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
So,
and how many kids?
So I have 3 kids. I have 11-year-old that just turned 11 on last Tuesday.
Okay.
Then I have 9-year-old that's going to turn 10 next week on the 17th, or this weekend on the 17th. We're actually going to Orlando, and then I have the baby, the 1 year and 4-month-old.
Wow, congratulations.
All boys. Me quitaron la televisión por un año, por eso tengo 2 back to back.
Yeah.
So who's the one who had to do the science project?
Oh man, the oldest one.
The oldest.
What a mission! I'm gonna tell you what happened there, man.
That's homework for us. That's not really
man,
theirs.
That's not fair, man.
It's not for the kids.
I told my wife, I'm like, man, I want to hit up the principal. She's like, for what?
Because I spent an hour on this hypothesis and this conclusion.
For real.
I can't believe I did a project. Brother, a science project. One night before, and that thing looked amazing.
I saw it. It looked pretty good. I saw the video walking with it.
I asked my kid, I'm like, Papi, what grade did we get? He's like, it's my grade. I'm like, Papi, that's my grade. You know, you're just piggybacking.
So what grade did you get?
I got royalties on this project.
Facts. I got 75%. You got 25
with interest.
We still don't know, man, what project he got. Hopefully, you know, it's an A+. That thing looks like A+ to me, man.
Wow.
So let's jump back. I love that we're talking about family, and I love that you've stressed it. And excuse me, I like that you're so grounded. And that I think from the language you're using, from what I'm hearing, you're grounded. You're with your family, with your roots, where you came from. And I think what's really important is a lot of times people will tell you, whether you're doing music or whether you're doing real estate, you know, you're flipping houses, you have to have the right team. And sometimes when you think of that team, you think of your lawyer or your PR, or your
CPA,
your
accountant,
whatever, or that. But this is the first team. This is the right team, which is your family, all in alignment around what you do.
Totally agree.
And as long as you set the expectations
100%
around what the common goal is, whether you're part, you know, like sometimes, you know, you'll hear it either in a TV show or a movie. Why are you so mad? I'm not mad of what you did. I'm mad that you did it without telling me or without asking. You know, that his family's all on the same page and his team's on alignment. That's beautiful.
That's wonderful.
Definitely.
And by the way, you don't need a team that does the same thing as you. What you need is a team that understands what you do, why you do it, right? So it's not so much, you know, an example, and you know, last week was Amfer's anniversary, 3 years. And so like I don't need those guys to learn accounting with me. What I need them to do is understand, hey, Frank's an accountant. This is what he does, and we got to support that. You know, so it's the same thing. It's the same thing with the podcast, right? We've spoken about it here, where we don't need the family to come in here and help us record and stuff. We just need, hey, are you guys recording? Okay, cool. We're not going to call for the next 30 minutes. They know they're recording. You know, so it's understanding why you do these things. So if you set yourself up with that, and you have the ability to pick and choose the people you put around yourself for that. So if you pick smart, right, and you do the right thing with these people, and you tell them why, 100%. And you're determined, and they see that it's something you want, because that's another thing. Oh, today I'm going to do this. Tomorrow I'm going to do that. The next day I'm going to try this. And next week I want to be an astronaut. All right, man. Like here we go.
Well, it's all about the result, right? It's a result-oriented
But being determined
lifestyle.
to achieve that result it sells everybody else on why the dream is worth it.
Yeah.
So let's jump over here. Let's talk about the Grammys. Oh yeah, the Grammy nominations, and I want to use your exact languages. Languages, you have a bunch, I'm sure. Well, you do English, Spanish, accordions. He's got a lot of languages. Music speaks. That's an amazing thing about music. It doesn't matter what language you can hear some Japanese music, and you can be like, I can feel this. You know what I mean? It's universal, which is a beautiful thing. Definitely. But thinking about those 4 Grammy nominations. When I asked, or when I looked up the results and I was telling him, I was like, oh yeah, you made me sign up for some subscription Spanish webs because of the Latin Grammys. I was searching how to watch this damn thing just to see if you won or not. I signed up for like a free trial, watched him, then canceled real fast before I could get charged just so I could watch this guy.
Don't follow his example.
Exactly. Wait, it's free trial, Poppy. There's nothing wrong here. And I said, "Oh man, I'm sorry to hear you didn't win, and that you didn't win." And then you go, "No, I have won."
I definitely.
And I was like, "Okay." And then I want you to talk about that. Like, you're like, "No, I didn't lose. I've won."
I definitely won. I'll tell you why, man. I've always wanted to be there. You know, that's our dream. And I'm getting emotional again. Sorry, guys. Woo.
No need to apologize. Just leave it all on the table.
Cool.
I told him he should have just came in with all. I would have came in with all the Grammys. You know, so
we all said the same thing.
When you get a nomination, you get
you get a medal.
A medal.
Yeah, you get a medal.
I would have worn them all like Mr. T. I would have been up in here swinging and making a noise, jingling.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. It's a dream. Everybody, if you're an artist, you're a songwriter, if you are a producer, that is your dream. You know, being there. You know, and I'm talking about being there, not nominated. But just for that week, you know, that's a full 5-day week, you know, Monday through Friday.
Right.
That you're there and there's events and you get to go, you know, and you probably get invited to 1 event or 2 events, even if you're not nominated, you know, if you have contacts, you could go. And I've always wanted to be there, you know, you always want to be there. You always want to go and network, you know. This industry is about networking. So I've always wanted to go. Always wanted to go. My first nomination was on 2015 with Natalia Jimenez and my brother and my boy Julian Beats. Shout out Julian Beats. And shout out Motiff Music, bro. Thank you so much. I love you, bro. That's my brother. You know, the nominations came out. I didn't even know. You know, I wasn't in the right state of mind in 2015. I gave it for granted. You know, I gave it for granted. That opportunity I went. I'm not gonna lie to you. I went. Hung out. I did the red carpet. I did the Person of the Year award, which is the night before. At that time was Roberto Carlos. I don't know if you're familiar with Roberto Carlos.
Of course.
I got to see Roberto Carlos perform. I got to the Grammys, first row. You know, we lost to Juan Luis Guerra. You know, but I didn't care because I gave it for granted. You know, I didn't think how the opportunity that I had, and I gave for granted that I got to do something that I always wanted to do my whole life, you know? Yeah. And coming back home, it's like, damn, I need to be here again, you know? I need to be here again. Yeah, I need to go back. I need to go back. You know, I need to go back, and I just noticed that I did not take advantage of that. I need to go back, you know?
Like unfinished business. Like
facts,
like
man, you know? Yeah, like, man, I went to a party, and I was over here drinking instead of being over there with the other producers, you know? Or I went to the red carpet and started talking to X person instead of going over here trying to get an interview in the red carpet with my brother, you know what I mean? Like, I did not take advantage of the
opportunity.
Yeah, man, I was not in the right state of mind. You know, I was not motivated. You know, I was not determined at that time. You know, I was not ready at that time. You know, 2006 came by, worked hard, brother. You know, released some records. Nothing made it on the charts because I was still not in the right state of mind. You know, did not get nominated 2016. Bro, I have not been back since 2022. You know, since 2015 that I was nominated with Natalia Jimenez. So it took all these years. But when I knew that I was gonna go back and that I was gonna go back on 2022, is when I met Luis Figueroa. Luis Figueroa is a brother of mine. I love him so much. Super talented kid. I don't know if we could put the links down of his stuff, you know, under the video so they could check out.
We sure
music,
can.
You know, man, I met this cat at Magnus. You know, Magnus is the company that I'm signed to as producer, songwriter, and engineer or whatnot. So we were there. We were at Magnus in the building, and I meet him, right? And he's like, bro, I do some music, and I noticed that, we connected. We connected really good, and then we sat down and we shared ideas, just like I was telling you. We did not sit down to work. We sat down to just share ideas, And I'm like, yo, I have this song. Oh, I have this song. And I showed him one song I had written like 2 weeks before I met him. And brother, I played him the song, and I will never forget, his eyes lit up. He's like, yo, hold up, man, what is that? I'm like, oh, I just wrote this. This is something, bro. But I'm telling you that if I play you the song, I'm a songwriter and a producer. I am not a singer. I could sing like salsa or like really Spanish stuff, but not urban stuff. I cannot sing like the new reggaeton stuff. Like, my voice does not sound good at that, So when he fell in love with the song, I'm like, damn, that's super cool. This kid really likes the song. I'm like, you want to record it? He's like, yeah, let's record it right now. I'm like, what? Right now? It was like 1 a.m.
You're like, I got 3 hours till curfew.
Hey,
For real.
Hey, for real. I'm just like that, brother. I'm looking at my time all the time. I got to be out, 2 hours, Bro, and then we record the song, and he's like, yo, he's so happy. He's so thankful. He gives me a hug. He's like, bro, I've been up and down this building, Thank you so much for sitting. He was super thankful, man. I don't know if he had not recorded yet, or if he had, but I definitely knew that we had something, I definitely knew that there was a connection there. More than just music connection, like yo, I'm gonna have your back. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you're my brother from now on. Like, we shared. Yeah. So, brother, that day we recorded a song that has not come out yet. It's featuring Marc Anthony, and it's already recorded, but it hasn't come out yet. So we said, bro, let's link up again. So we're like, all right, perfect. Let's link up again. Brother, in the course of that 6 month span, we recorded probably over 20 songs,
Wow.
Which only one has come out. No, 2 of the 20 songs, Where am I going with this? That we did not stop at one song,
Right.
That's a smash that we have. We're thankful to have Marc Anthony on it, Super thankful. That's a goal in itself, That was the first song we did. The second song we did, amazing, is Vienes. It's on that album, the 9 p.m. album.
Okay. Which is currently number what on the charts?
It is number 8. Well, Fiesta Contigo is number 8 on the charts.
Okay.
Fiesta Contigo. So we did that one too in that 6 month span. We did.
So you have two songs on the charts right now.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Thank God, man. Thank God. And brother, where I'm going with this is that we were determined, to just not just sit down and do one song and leave it shelved on. We wanted to create music that was gonna leave a stamp to his name and to my name,
Mm-hmm.
So when we created this stuff, fun fact, they were none of them were salsa. They were all urban music, it was all reggaeton, I'm talking about 2017, 2018, bro. My brother gets on the salsa vibe, right? Because he works with Marc, and Marc is an amazing salsa artist,
Is he?
Yo, one of the best, bro. So, and I feel like he holds the belt right now for salsa singers.
We can agree on that. Yeah.
So,
For sure.
For my brother to be working with him and learn from a person like Sergio George and Julio Reyes, which are all people that we don't know about that are behind Marc
scenes,
Anthony, just like you were saying, obviously a team is a family, it's your family, but aside of that team, you need a team of people that are going to help you and are going to be real, just like he is with you, yo, I don't like this, let's do this like that, let's do that like that, So my brother was part of the last Marc Anthony project, Paya Boy. My brother's the one that has the solo in the middle of the song. And then he did the song. He produced as well, co-produced with Marc and Sergio, the song Mala. He worked on the whole album. So my brother hears the song and he's like, yo, I want to produce the songs in salsa. I'm like, yo, how dope. because me and Louis have been saying that we release these songs, but these songs are not gonna stand out because they're just urban music. It's just urban music, you know. Nowadays, you walk in the studio and you're producing a reggaeton, and next door to you, there's somebody else using the same reggaeton loop that you're using, you know, because of this application Splice, you know, that makes it so easy for everybody, you know. Yeah. But you know, so my brother said, and Luis calls me up. He's like, yo, we're going to produce a song with your brother. We're going to do it in salsa. Like, this is what we wanted. We wanted something different. There's nobody doing that, you know? I'm like, bro, how good, how just everything worked out. Determination, you know? We were motivated to do something. We did 20 songs. Out of those 20 songs, only 3 songs got picked. You know, the other songs are there, you know, and I still continue to shop around the songs and move the songs around. Yeah. Bro, if they get plays, cool. If they don't get plays, cool too. They're amazing stories, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't sit down or as a producer, songwriter, I don't sit down to say, okay, this is going to come out for sure, you know? I sit down to do something that makes me feel good, an idea, and I put it down, and I tengo el don that God gave me.
It's a gift.
You know, I got the gift that God gave me to be able to put stuff down in a paper. And brother, and see people singing my stuff back is amazing, bro. You know, like
I can imagine.
I remember right now in the Grammys, man, you know, me, my brother, and Louis said a prayer. We're next to the stage, and bro, just sitting there with Louis and my brother. It's like, wow. Just 5 years ago, we were comiendo un cable, you know? Just 5 years ago, we were looking at each other like, yo, the music is not coming out. We got thousands of hits, but look at us, man. You know, we did not stop working. We kept going, you know? And look at the results. Bro, we get on stage, and it was... I'm going to give you the link of the performance. Maybe you could put it, maybe not.
You know? Yeah,
it was like a spinning stage.
This episode's going to have like 5 links and then 20 sub-links.
And apparently we're going to have a poll about who he thinks is better.
We'll get to it. We're going to get to that.
All right.
We're going to get to that.
So you said the prayer, you're on the stage, and apparently the stage is spinning.
Yeah, I said that. So Fonseca opened the show, and then the stage turns, and then it's us on the other side. Brother, so the song started before the stage, or the song started and we were spinning.
Which song was it, just to be clear?
Fiesta Contigo.
Fiesta Contigo. And then you wrote and produced that one, correct?
Wrote alongside with Luis Figueroa and Joel Enriquez, and my brother produced it.
Okay, okay.
My brother on the piano, Luis Figueroa in the front, and I'm there with a Guido doing coros. And bro, the song starts, and hearing people excited to hear that intro is amazing. You know, that's like the number one thing that you want, man. You know, to hear the people singing the song back.
So like when the song started, they already started to like vibe and recognize it.
Definitely, the hook came, and I see all these people with their hands up, enjoying life, and I'm like, damn. You might think that you say, damn, I made it. You know, it's like, damn, I need more of this. You know, I want to do it again. I want to be there next year. You know. I want to hopefully, you know, like I said, it's already a win going there. It'll be an extra win coming back with the trophy, you know. So hopefully next year, if I come back with the trophy, I'm here, you know, and I bring it, we put it right there. Pass,
you know? It's like I'm gonna break it through this.
We're gonna hold you to that.
Damn this bad boy.
Facts, brother.
That'll be dope.
So, you know, at that moment, brother, when that hook came on, and I saw people enjoying I felt the vibration on the stage, bro, you know, on my feet. That was an amazing feeling. And that's when it's like, damn, all this hard work paid off, you know?
Yeah.
Of course.
All the hard work is paying off, man, you know? Being in the studio till 4 a.m, waking up at 6:30 with my kids and going over here to the basketball practice, coming back, babe, I gotta drop off the kids now because I gotta go back to the studio. And hey, where are you? Why are you not home yet? The kids are gonna wake up. You're not gonna be here
because the snare is not lining up.
Facts, you know.
I can't find the right snare.
Facts, you know. Man, all of that ran through my mind, brother. I'm gonna tell you a fun fact.
This could go on for like hours.
Yeah.
I like hearing this. Okay, keep going.
So
This is
for
like
the
two
Grammys,
segments, like 2 interviews.
you gotta go definitely. My
This
bad,
is
guys.
great though. Like
Part
I
one.
love it.
Part one, yeah.
Yes.
For the Latin Grammys, you gotta like do this whole thing to be able to get your tickets, to be able to go, right? So this year there was it was a chaos because they changed companies that held the tickets or whatnot. So I only had one ticket, which was mine. And I was like, damn, my wifey, bro, she's gonna stay outside. She's not gonna see.
Oh wow.
You know, I'm so grateful for my friends like Omar, which was my number one guy in the Grammys. You know, he's a friend of mine. He's grown up with me. We were friends from kids. He works with my brother, you know. He's really close to my brother. He gets my brother's his interviews. He gets my brother here, there. So, man, I remember I'm like, yo, how we gonna get my girl? He's like, don't worry, bro. We're in the Grammys, bro. We got passes if we need passes. What do we need to do, bro, to get your girl? I'm like, yo, she's outside. Boom. Grabbed my girl, brought her in. Boom. She was in the backstage with me. It was way better than getting a ticket, bro. I was so disappointed the night before the Grammys that I couldn't get my girl a ticket. And it all worked out better than giving my girl a ticket. I was stressing out for nothing, bro. I got to be backstage with my girl for the Grammys. When my nomination was coming up, she was sitting right next to me, right there, right in the front. You know, sometimes we lose, we get aggravated because we think that it's not going to work out. You know, keeping a positive mind through everything, I think everything always works out, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You do good and have faith, man.
facts,
Yeah.
man. You know,
And
facts.
also, I mean, from what you're saying, even just with the example of putting out, all those songs, like 20, recording 20 songs. I mean, there's a lot of expectation nowadays that people want things fast. People want what we call it microwave. Everyone wants success quickly. They want to do the minimum amount of work to get the maximum success and maximum result, and that's just not how it works.
That's the definition of lazy, by the way.
And in an industry like music, where you have to love music.
Definitely.
Like, you have to, right? What I mean by that is, like, everyone loves music, and then you can talk to so many people and they're like, yeah, no, I love music. No. Like, you're like, no.
brother.
I love music. I make it all day long. Like, I don't just listen to it an hour a day while like I wash the dishes. So you have to love it, but no matter what you do, you have to love what you do, and you have to be passionate about it. This is something that I can hear from him that he's passionate about, and not just doing it because he wants more money, more cars, more nothing. Like, he's a musician. And then again, there's nothing wrong with that. Just like anything. No one said to themselves when they were 5, man, I want to really be a garbage worker. I mean, you get good benefits. I mean, nowadays it's a breeze. Now
Unless you're
they
in
just
New York.
drive by, and now
You
they just
make
pull
money.
Now they just pull the trigger. They don't even have to get out and dump it like they used to. But you know what I'm saying is, like, yeah, you do that to make ends meet. And
But
that's-
not anybody can drive those trucks, man. Trust
This
me.
is true.
Like, those trucks come with crazy certifications now.
I'm sorry you didn't get the job, Frank. But if you stay determined,
You might
can
make
get that
it.
job. But
Definitely.
that's like anything. Like what we say even in our coaching and training is, like, there's no. You have to know. You have to be a master of your craft, no matter
Yes.
what it is.
Yes.
Even when you don't know exactly, there's no substitution for diving into what it is that you care or don't care about.
100%.
You have to be a master of your craft.
Well, you're not
Bottom
just going to
line.
go into mastery either, right? Sometimes it starts with an accordion, right?
Brother,
And sometimes
listen.
it starts with a laptop. Sometimes
Yes.
it starts with, hey, I got a paintbrush. Sometimes it starts with, 3 mics and a chair, like.
Come on, somebody.
This is how it starts. You have to enjoy this.
Yes.
And when you love it, you'll enjoy it. You want to keep doing it, no matter how weird it looks, and no matter what you put out, and that's the part that matters the most there.
100%. Listen, they say it takes 10 years to become an overnight success. And that is something that I've always heard since the beginning of my career. Because I've always been like, yo, Kanye, it's taking forever, man. It's taking forever. Should I just let go here? No, man. It takes 10 years to become an overnight success. And what I mean by that is in anything you do.
Yep.
Not only in music. You don't just wake up one day and say, I'm going to be a mechanic. For you to be that good mechanic, the good one, the one that you price your stuff and they tell you perfect, they don't que no te regatean el precio.
Right.
It takes 10 years for that, It's taken me 10 years to be where I'm at right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even halfway to where I want to be.
No, and what you
you
said,
go.
it's a disciplined 10 years.
Definitely.
I'm in waiting 10 years. No, but you need to work
No,
this every
yeah,
day for
yeah.
10
Can
years.
we stop for 2 seconds? So that's 4 Grammy nominations. That's a whole bunch of weight release. That's working on a project for Netflix right now, and that's a bunch of stuff in the tank that's not even out out yet.
Right.
Brother, you're crushing life. It's amazing.
Thank you, man.
With the wife
With
at home
3 kids,
and
a
kids.
wife. Yeah, man.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
Thank you, man.
the list of things you don't have is a lot shorter right now. And that's an awesome way to live.
I want to
what
know,
I'm
do you
saying?
have an accordion?
I have 2.
Of course he does.
You
bro.
want to know how many accordions I have? I have 3 accordions.
I was going to say he's got the gold.
How did I end up with 3 accordions? I don't even know.
No, we want a Grammy and an accordion next time.
It's coming next time we're here, man.
Next time
Trust
we
me,
do
man.
this,
Trust
and there
me.
will be a next time.
That's amazing.
Definitely.
We're gonna put a Grammy on the table,
Definitely,
and
man.
it's gonna be 30 minutes of you playing the accordion.
Yes, man. Let's do it, man.
So, all right. So let's switch gears, which, I mean, up until this point, I'm enjoying this a lot.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Me
So
too, man.
let's what's some of the craziest stuff you've dealt with in this entertainment industry, from late night recording sessions to just I don't even know, just
Stuff you're
and
allowed
again,
to say
none of this
without a
is
lawyer
scripted,
calling.
and everyone gets told before they come
No
on.
names.
Like,
Let them figure it out.
We don't have a list of questions, or they don't know anything. It's just conversation because I
Right.
think it's most natural. So, what's some shenanigans?
Man, there's so much crazy stuff you see, you know, in the music industry. Do I really have to say the craziest stuff I've seen? I'll say
Just
one.
take
You know,
one.
I'll say
mean,
one.
you wanna share.
You don't have to say
Like,
names
you-
and nothing you wouldn't want them, or we can tag them on it.
Well, definitely, brother. I had the opportunity to work with really big artists in the English industry, you know, in the general market, which us, like the line people call English artists, the general market.
Got it.
Brother, just abusing substances, you know,
Oh.
like that's a really big thing for those artists, you know, and it's sad, bro, because one person that I'm talking about is a really, like, we were actually talking about him before, you
Him or
know.
her?
So to tell you the truth, man, the craziest thing I've seen is people passing out in the studio from, you know, drinking
doing
and
stuff.
from doing just crazy stuff. That is definitely the craziest stuff.
Self-destruction.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And it's sad, you know, more than crazy. It's sad because, brother, there's been so many great artists that we've
Yeah.
lost to substance abuse, you know, and it's hard because those artists, I feel like they're empty inside, you know. They still have so much, bro. They have so much. They have the money, you know. They have the cars. They have, and they're still not happy, you know. They're still empty inside because, man, they're some are missing love, you know. Some decide that that's the life they want instead of the family life, you know, or they don't do things the right way. Like, that is the eso es lo que te toca, you know. So definitely that's the worst and the
wildest stuff.
craziest stuff I've seen, man.
So let's switch it over a little positive. What is, at least for you, maybe from either the production side or the engineering side, and I guess I don't know if it gets bigger when you work with someone bigger, right? Like, what can you remember? And feel free to share the experience or the artist if you'd like. When, like, you produced or did something, or they recorded and nailed something, like, that you guys were just, you know what I mean? 'Cause I'm sure, like, sometimes you cut it and you nail it and, like, everyone starts clapping or like, yo, that's it.
Yeah, that you stood up,
like,
threw
you
stuff
know,
against the
like,
wall.
yo,
This is
yeah,
it.
Yeah, yeah.
Listen. So about 6 months ago, my brother tells me, "Hey, bro." I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" He's like, "Bro, I need you to do me a favor today, bro. Please, please, please." I'm like, "Yeah, bro, I got you. What's going on?" He's like, "Bro, I had a session with Sonny Lennox tonight, but I'm not gonna make it, man. You know, I'm not gonna make it. I need you to run that session for me." I'm like, "What? Sonny Lennox, brother? Like, what am I gonna do there? You know what I'm saying? Like." And I'll tell you why I said that is I've been off. Remember, I told you I've been off the reggaeton thing for a while.
Yeah.
I've been off the urban thing. I want to do my own thing. So I've been on like a pop thing, you know, in this with Spanish lyrics, you know. So I'm like, bro, Arbis, you know, Arbis is my brother's real name, by the way. I'm like, bro, I don't know. You sure it's gonna link? He's like, brother, just go over there, vibe out. You know what's gonna happen, bro? You guys don't leave with a record, big deal. You know, you got to sit down with Zion, bro, you know, and Lennox and all these people. So I'm like, perfect, bro. I got to the studio, bro. Super stressed out because I got there. The session was like at 8. I got there at 7. I hadn't eaten. I was starving. You know, I'm on a diet where I don't eat after 8. You know, so I'm in the studio. I'm waiting for this guy. It's 7:30. I don't hear from my brother. My brother was shooting a video. I don't hear from him. I don't hear from Zion. Another songwriter was there. He's like, no, don't worry, they're gonna be here. I'm like, all right, bueno, está bien, no te preocupes. Boom, 8:30, 9. I'm like, yo, I gotta be home at 4:30, my guy. Yo a la 1 me voy. Like, no te preocupes, que ellos vienen, va. Mind you, excuse me, at all this time, I'm nervous, bro, super nervous, because I'm going to work with Sonny Lennox. They're legends, bro. I love daddy, you know what I mean? That's it, la L, baby, So, brother, super excited that I'm going to get to work with legends, but at the end of the day, bro, I have this thing in my head, like, yo, I hope you could figure it out,
I mean, and them taking longer to get there is probably like...
No, que me voy, que yo no soy nadie. You know what I'm saying? You start thinking about, like, bro, ¿quiénes son ellos para yo estar esperándolo? You start getting all these thoughts, but you like, bro, at the end of the day, me están tirando un cable, yo, you know what I'm saying? Coge, you better stay there. Wow. Brother, they finally made it to the studio. First thing I put on, bro, these guys were vibing with it, bro.
Which is one of your
one
tracks?
of my beats.
Okay.
Yeah, one of my beats. Totally different from what they do. That's the best part about it, bro. It was not reggaeton at all, bro. Like left field, like think of like Charlie Puth doing Spanish stuff. Wow. Brother, left field stuff. I'll play for you after so you guys could check it out. Yeah. But bro, I throw it on and my guy's like, yo, oh my God, bro. Damn, and ahorita en la ducha yo escribí. He's like, I wrote the song before I came here already. I have the song written that I just read it right now. Like, bro, and it's crazy how it worked. Bro, he sang the thing and it fit on the song, on the beat, perfect. Nice. That we were like, yo, let's record it. Boom. Vamos a grabar. Boom. Okay, mándasela a Zion. Zion was on another studio. A Lennox. Mándasela a Lennox. Boom. Lennox lo grabó. Boom. Lo manda para atrás.
Send it back.
Bro.
Yeah, wow.
Bro, we definitely left the studio past 4:30 that morning.
That was one of those
That was the
days.
exception. One of the exception days. Yeah.
Brother. But I have videos, bro, of that night. And just the energy, bro, like the dancing that went down in there and the messing around and the hugging and the I can't believe we got one, bro. This thing is gonna be so dope, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I am so they actually hit me up last week about it. We started to talk about the splits and the production costs and all of that stuff. So I'm super excited. I know that is one of the records that is being released next year.
Okay, and
hopefully we bring the Grammy home with that, because that is. Fun fact as well. As a producer, I've always said, I want to, I want to get the Grammy, get this, but I feel like it's more important to me as a producer to have a stamp, my own sound. I want to be remembered as a guy that did this.
Make your own mark.
I'm saying?
Yep. Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie to you. There has been pop made already in the Spanish industry, but there's definitely this new sound that I'm bringing over to the Spanish industry that I feel like it's a little bit more Anglo,
more general market.
More general market.
More general market.
Someone's listening.
Yeah, bro.
Taking notes,
PR, my guy was doing good PR work, bro. So, brother, I'm super excited because I know that this is gonna stamp myself.
Nice. It's
I'm
you.
super excited for that. So,
which is awesome.
Wow.
Because we've seen. Again, you know this more than me, but you see sometimes, and I feel, and I'm not sure 100%. You can clarify this more than I can, but some artists come out in some way because it's the way the label wanted it or whatever.
Definitely.
And then when they make a name for themselves, it's like, oh, they changed their sound. Like, no, this is what they've always wanted to do. And now they can, and because they're free of their contract, or they've fulfilled their commitments, and other times I don't even know, there's more independent people than ever, given 10, 15, 20 years ago. But even like Drake's last album, it was like, oh, it's house music. I'm like, is this house? What? This isn't the house that this isn't like a house like when I go to Ultra or when I hear. What kind of house is this? Oh, well, this is a different type, and so it's a whole different sound. Definitely. And it's people trying their own thing, but it's great to hear that you have your sound come out. And apparently, we will have to wait to hear that.
No, you'll have to wait to hear it.
You guys are gonna hear it right now.
I love you guys, but
wow.
So, bro, I'm gonna tell you the truth about what you just said, man. There's so many artists that get lost because they do what they're told to do, you know? And I just want to say a message to every artist, every producer, and everybody out there that's coming behind my generation. Because I feel like my generation, it has it hard, you know? Because we're the last generation in the music industry that did not have the tools that creatives have nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Creatives have Instagram, bro. You know, we had MySpace, where you had 5 top friends. You know what I'm saying? Like
your top 8.
Yeah, your top 8 friends.
And your little playlist in the corner.
And you better have your girl there and your mom and your dad and your brother if you had, you know, because
Or you're fighting. Or you're
you
fighting.
know?
Yeah.
But bro, nowadays, bro, anybody could do anything they want from all the tools that we have in front of us, man. You know what I'm saying? People are getting famous here out of drinking that cranberry juice. The guy, you know, the guy with
California, the longboarding with the
longboarding.
Fleetwood Mac music in the background.
This guy got paid thousands of dollars to get sponsored to drink the juice and you ride bro. That means that anybody nowadays could
And
do anything.
you saw the truck, right?
They
gave him a truck.
gave him a truck.
They gave him a Nissan Frontier full
Yes.
of
Full of
cranberry juice.
Yeah.
You know,
Full
like,
of it.
That's
Before
because
the
of
sponsorship.
determination.
Before the sponsor.
Determination.
Determination, man.
Yes.
I see my wife, bro. Like she's like doing her Instagram thing right now, you know.
Yeah.
And every Mondays her days off, you know. Mondays is the day that she has.
We got a
off.
podcast on Instagram and social media.
Just saying.
I've seen a couple of her TikToks. She does them with some of her clients and stuff.
She does the
Yeah.
TikTok thing and she does the reels and this and that. But she's like, listen, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do the Instagram thing because that's where I get my customers and clientele from, you know. So what did she do? She said, listen, from now on Mondays, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna hire a girl that's gonna shoot me doing social media content. So she's there. It's literally a job, bro. I see my girl doing it, and I am so proud of her, bro. Because she sits there on Sunday night, writing up her posts for the week.
There you go.
She goes in on Monday, shoots all her things that she's gonna post for the week, and bro, she's out here getting no sé qué cuántos thousand likes. She did I think it was a Bad Bunny one that got like went super viral. I was like, damn, like I have a famous Instagram girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's amazing, man. You know, like I'm so proud of her. And going back to what I was saying, that goes to prove that we have the tools nowadays in our hand. It's just it's just a matter of us motivating ourselves, because motivation comes from within.
Yes.
You know, and you know, be determined. You know, to get what you want.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great example. There's, I remember saving up for, I think I was working at my dad's law firm. I think one of my first checks I ran and got an Mbox 2.
Oh my God.
And you know,
the blue one,
the blue one,
joint. Yeah, facts.
I got the Mbox 2. I had a little micro cord and I had my mom's like emergency hurricane lantern in the closet, and that was and then I threw her Ego blanket that we had since the 70s.
I saw it
over the closet door, and that was the vocal booth. And one time the batteries died and we took a candle in there. That was the worst rapping session ever. Just dripping sweat, holding our lyrics with a candle.
But he did it.
You enjoyed yourself, right?
But it was good times. But like, again, even at that rate, those were high-end
God,
tools.
I hope
like,
that's on the internet.
Like an Mbox.
Please, our viewers, you need to find
somewhere.
this.
It is.
Somebody find this, tag us on it. Please, I'm begging you.
It is on YouTube still. Well, not rapping in the closet. I had my producer.
You find me
in the
I think I
background.
saw that not too long ago.
It's there.
Está ahí for
But
sure.
again, you have more resources now than ever, but yet there's some people that are that still want things handed out, still want things free, and no one wants to do the hard work. And again, it does take some
Motivation, discipline,
real,
determination.
There you go. All the above. And also with the TikTok thing, I've met people. There's more ways. Even if you love music, I was telling E that I was in a MPC, which is, you know, MPC, the music equipment, in a Facebook group, and some of the guys are like, guys, just keep making music. Just make music. Some of them talk about all the other crap. They literally will talk about, you know, when they make it and all this other random stuff and things like that. One guy's like, I made 20 grand off of a TikTok song. Girl. You don't need to sell your beats to artists. Like, put your music in the right places. I think, you know, they put it on like DistroKid or something like that.
One of my friends hooked me up
20K.
with Lunch Money Lewis. I don't know if you know who that is. Big rapper from Miami, songwriter. He has a #1 right now with Nicki Minaj. he actually wrote the song for her. But he hooked me up with a session with Jason Derulo. He called me out of nowhere. He's like, yo, Jason's looking for a guitar player, acoustic guitar. He's like, you want to do it? I'm like, what? Jason, of course, brother. What are you talking about? Do I want to do it? When and where? He's like, right now. Right now, you got to go to Circle House, which is a huge studio out here in Miami. So I'm like, perfect. Let me go over there. Boom, I get there. Man, let me tell you what this guy was saying. It's like, is it like he kept asking his people, like his team, you know, like his producer, his engineer, like, yo, is this TikTok? Is this TikTok friendly? You think that people are gonna do the TikTok dance to this?
Yeah.
Like, bro, that goes to show you how powerful social media is. You know, you got a guy that is worldwide known, sitting in the studio doing stuff for TikTok that not through TikTok. He just gonna drop something
it in
on
there,
TikTok.
yeah.
Right.
It's not that he's
Drop it
getting
in there.
hired through TikTok. He's just determined, you know,
There you
to
go.
make sure his stuff pops off where majority of our youth is, and where majority, me too, man. I sit down on the phone, bro, and sometimes I'm there scrolling up that thing for 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So he's making content for something that is being used every day, and he has nothing more special than just a little bit more few followers than you. But definitely you could if you pop off and you
But
do
you
it
have the
every
same
day.
tools as him.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
It's the
no,
same
for
man.
sure.
Put the
There's
same-
no,
yeah, man.
it's as natural and as followers as you could get, you know.
Yeah.
It seems like it's very organic.
Yes, man.
And I think that's our success, that it's organic. Before we land this plane, though, I heard you say in the beginning that you were a believer in God
Yes, sir.
and that he was your source of inspiration. I also kind of heard you hint towards the fact that, you know, you believe in callings.
100%.
What's your calling?
Hitting hard questions.
Yeah, man.
Not hard, just
It's only coming from a pastor, but I'm your friend. I'm your friend right
Yeah,
now.
yeah. My calling, man, is to just spread love, you know, and positivity through, you know what, the gift that God gave me, you know, 100%. And I've known that since I was a little kid. I'm still a really big believer. I wake up in the mornings and I pray to God at nighttime. Sometimes I'm laying down in my bed and my wife's like, hey, why are you talking to yourself? I'm like, I'm talking to God, baby. You know?
that's right.
Often I do that, you know? I'm a really big believer. My mom has brought me up like that. So definitely my calling is to spread love and positiveness through my gift.
Through your
you know?
gift.
100%.
Wow. Thank you so much for
Great
sharing
question. Great
Thank
question.
Yeah, we got one more hard-hitting question.
Hold
bro.
on.
Oh,
Hold
no.
on. Before we get to that, I also want to acknowledge, even just there was this this just popped in my head, this whole TikTok example. This just goes to show that even if you stay determined, let's say your dream is to, you know, be like this guy, you know, which I want to be like him when I grow up now. But you want to work with people. You can call me when you work with Shakira too, though. I got, you know, I got.
You'll be there, brother. Trust me.
Don't tell him that. Oh,
I promise you, if that ever happens, you're going to be there, bro. I promise you.
You heard it here first.
that'll be the last time you work with Shakira. Like, you need to understand that.
I mean, like, mommy, I can.
Like, if you think lawyers got problems, wait until you bring this guy around.
Have a seat. Have a seat. I got your back. I got your background.
I think you need to invite Frank and I just to make sure this guy is, you know.
I
One
promise
more
you, if that ever
time.
happens, you guys will definitely be there.
No. Don't invite us. Bring police.
Oh, my God.
Tell her to bring
Definitely.
security.
That's your
That's his call.
I had a Shakira wall.
You did.
The life-size poster.
Yes.
I still have them. They're just in a tube. They're all tubed up.
She tubed them up. He tubed them up.
You know, I mean,
right.
that was my.
But when he lived at the house,
my childhood room.
he had the Shakira shrine.
You know,
So I forgot what I was talking
Shout
about.
out to Shakira.
imagínate. Shout out Shakira. I hope you're watching this. That's
Yes.
your number one fans right here next to me. Okay.
Put her link down.
Tag Shakira. See what happens to this. Posse.
Okay,
what
so I
happened.
remember it now before we got off.
All right.
Before we,
Before we close.
So, but just talking about even just the music, you might want to work with someone, a big artist or big names and whatnot, and that might be your dream. However, your dream can be conceptualized in other ways, right? So you might be making beats, and you might. I mean, I've seen other artists. There's like, there's another kid. I think he's like Evan, or he's like an 11-year-old producer. this young kid, and every time he makes a beat,
he sings and he does a piano and the bass and stuff. Is that the
no,
kid you're talking about?
it's like Evan. I think he literally tagged his producer tag is like Evan on the beat.
Okay.
And so every time he makes a new beat, he's like, "Yo, what's up, yo, Jay-Z? I got this beat you should be on. It's totally your," and he'll play the beat. So every time he makes a song, he makes it in a style for someone and tags him on it. But what I'm getting at is, you might want to work with someone, and that could be your calling too. But like with networks, with TikTok, with social media, with the way licensing, and you're doing something for Netflix now. That probably was, I don't know how that came about, but
it doesn't always have to be.
Meaning you can release the form of your dream because it can evolve into many other ways, and you can be in some place. So don't cut yourself short by just
100%.
staying locked in. Your dream can manifest itself in many other ways.
So and it doesn't have to be via media, right?
Right.
So an example, hey, we want to open up this morning. We opened up a corporation. We have this girl makes amazing baked goods, specifically muffins. So what happened?
I won't believe it till I try.
Her husband,
Where's the samples for
her
it?
husband and best friend, right, are now going to start selling these. And how are they going to get it out? Well, this weekend they're going to a farmer's market. So it doesn't have to be, but I want to tag somebody. No, you don't have to do that. If I know I make the best cookies in town. Take it to a farmer's market because there's restaurateurs walking around those farmer's markets. You don't know who you're going to meet. So you got to put yourself out there for these people to find you.
Definitely. Just before we get off of the topic,
It's hardcore question.
Yeah, we got a closer, man.
I know so many kids, bro. So many producers. Like sometimes I walk in the studio and it's a little bit weird to me. They're like, "Yo, you're a legend. Yo, it's flat." It's super weird to me to hear that from kids that I feel like I'm fan of. Like there's like this one kid. His name is Piggy, Venezuelan. He has mastered, bro, like the Afrobeat thing. He's I promise you, he's my favorite producer right now. He is 22 years old.
Wow.
From Maracaibo, Venezuela. He does not even speak a word of English, but he has studied, bro. He has sat down and learned the craft of this African Afrobeat bounce,
Yeah.
Bro, and to walk into the studio and to hear this kid being like, "Yo, that you're the bomb," and I want to learn how. I'm like, bro, I want to learn how you make that bounce because I don't have that bounce that you have. He's like, "No, que ven, panita, yo te muestro." I'm like, "No, bro,
Maracucho, bro.
Can you just do that for me and just give me a few beats, and I want to pass them around and see where we could get to it, So going off of that, if you're watching this and you're either a music producer, a musician, or anything like that, feel free to reach out to me and I'll do whatever I can to help you out. Reach out to me with a plan, do not reach out to me if you just have like a little thing that you want to show me,
Don't waste his time. Don't do that. That's expensive time.
He's gonna need more than your 2 8-bar loops.
More than a thought.
You know what I mean?
Make sure. I would love to help anybody that I can, man.
Right.
Because I know that I did not have it. I had my brother guiding me through the whole way, and it's really hard, and it would have been hard. I don't know if it would have been as easy as. I'm not gonna say it's easy, but I don't know if I would have had the path as clear, because I got to learn from my brother's mistakes. I'm really grateful for that. My brother. I remember when he signed his first deal, we were super happy. He signed his first deal for 5 figures. And we thought in low 5 figures, And I remember when let's go pop a bottle of Dom Perignon. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I learned from that, And then when I got offered my first signing, I think it was the same amount that they offered him, bro. And he's like, bro, you remember how quick that money came and went? I'm like, bro, but I need it, bro. He's like, bro, just relax, The time will come,
Yes.
The right time will come. Hold on. So, man, if anybody ever needs to talk about anything, man, music related, feel free to reach out to me. I would share some knowledge.
What's your where can they find you? Social media?
Social media, definitely.
Instagram?
Everywhere. You could just search E_flat_pro. And I'm like that on Instagram, on Twitter, on TikTok.
We'll also put so
another tag for
it's
another
gonna be lit. So whatever we're on. Well, if you're watching it, you're already on here. You either YouTube, Spotify. Well, there's like 9 other carriers. Just look down in like the description. We're gonna have links to. We can post links, right?
Definitely,
Links
man.
are okay?
Definitely.
Well, I know, like, copyright law is crazy. You put like a
If
song,
we only
you
had
put
a lawyer.
song on a podcast.
If we only had a lawyer around.
Podcast, yeah.
Don't we have a lawyer?
Yeah, we do.
Right here, right?
So we'll have the links to some songs. We'll have a link to his social media so you can check him out and follow him and follow his journey. And Frank, you have
I want those questions.
One
now,
last
man.
question.
Well, I think we got a couple questions. That might be okay. So go hit him with your question first.
Mariah or Whitney?
What about them specifically?
Nah, that's the question.
Who's got the better hair?
Who's better? Coming from the game.
I told you the answer was gonna be good. I don't know if you're gonna like my answer, man. But
I'm willing to fight this out if you get the wrong one.
If you can't see, if you're listening, Frank is wearing a Mariah Carey Christmas.
I think there's a new Whitney movie coming.
I don't think that it's not fair to compare those two.
Right.
And I'll tell you why.
Because Mariah's better?
She's off the chain, bro.
At me, dog.
Whitney is really good too. Now, what happens here is that the genres to me we're not the same. You know, it's totally different vibes that are being given from both of them. You know,
Whitney's a karaoke singer.
Whitney's a bomb singer, bro.
She's a great karaoke singer.
Karaoke singer.
Her top 6 are covers.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Ready? Listen. If you give me an option to book either of those artists,
Okay, here we go.
to sing karaoke, you know who I would go with, right?
Whitney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To sing Mariah Carey songs.
No, stop.
Definitely, brother.
no.
Definitely.
Hey, but Ariana Grande can
No.
do that too. That girl's
Oh, she's great too.
Oh,
she
man.
can,
She's amazing.
she can mimic everybody.
She's amazing.
She can do. She does
Ariana
Celine
Grande is
Dion. She does.
amazing,
She
brother.
does all them.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
brother.
You're producing a song and
And
they
she's
tell
from-
you
and
you
she's from
get
Florida.
one pick.
He told you.
That there's a
You
gerbil.
produced a song. This is going into the Grammys. You get one.
You know what, man? I'm gonna say Mariah Carey because you're here and you're a Mariah Carey lover, but
We're good. We're good with that
Yeah,
answer.
we're good with
with
that
that
answer.
answer.
Yeah,
Thank you,
yeah.
my brother. I
Definitely.
appreciate it. I
who,
appreciate
who
it.
would you like to work with in the future? Like creatively.
You just said it, Mariah.
Dream big. Dream big. Dream big.
You locked them in.
Dream big. Dream big. Who would I love to work with?
Why you think of that? I mean, really, we got Sia Lennox, we say Yandel, Marc Anthony.
Right.
We're gonna dream bigger.
Bigger.
Bro,
The ghost of Sinatra. Like, what do we?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I would love to work with the band that my dad played with when I was younger.
Oh, wow.
Wow, great answer.
That would be my dream come true. Fun fact: 2 or 3 years ago, they were here for December. They're a really well known band in Venezuela. They're called La Villos Caracas Boys. I don't know if you've heard of them.
Caracas Boys,
If
yeah.
you're Venezuelan and you have not danced to them, they say that you're not really Venezuelan.
not Venezuelan.
But in December, they're like really big, right? So they came here like 2 years ago to play a show at a spot called Canaima. And they reached out to me because their bass player did not make it there. He like broke his arm or something happened, so they needed a bass player. Brother, and they called me like, yo, you want
It
to play?
just so happens that I found a bass that day that I had never played in my life.
Bro,
and I made it work.
They're like, yo, you want to play with us because the bass player didn't make it? I'm like, what? Definitely. They're like, okay, we're going to send you the sheet music. I'm like, what sheet music? I've been listening to that since I was 5. Bro, I probably know the songs more than whatever singer is going to go sing those things, you know? Bro, I had my brother's godfather that used to sing with the band there. The piano player that used to come to my house on Saturdays when they were not out of town and they were in town and they were in Venezuela, that used to sit down with me, little Jit in the piano, and he would be like, yo, you got to do it like this, do it like that. Bro, people that I grew up with, you know? And I'm on stage with people that share the stage with my father. That was amazing. Check it out. So we get off stage. We play 2 sets. We get off stage, and I was with my 2 kids. And my 2 kids go on stage, and they start making all this noise, blah, blah, blah. The DJ's playing, and the DJ's looking at the kids like, coño, que se bajen los niños ya. You know, because they're going ham, you know? So I noticed that, and I tell the boys, yo, papi, soy Sai, bájense de la tarima. And the piano player comes up to me. He's like, yo, qué hipócrita que tú eres. Le digo, hey, ¿qué pasó? Tu papá te dejaba a ti y a tu hermano hacer eso. Ustedes eran igualitos. La historia se está repitiendo nuevamente. Bro, to hear that from a guy that has seen me since I was 6 years old, I was like, bueno, meta mano. Bro, and to see my kids doing something that, you know, it's inevitable that they're gonna be musicians. It's inevitable that
That's
it's in their
beautiful.
blood,
There you go.
and the history is repeating itself. And I love it, man.
Love it.
Yeah. So for my English speakers, basically his kids were playing on stage.
Yes.
Someone told him to take him off, and he
No,
said,
someone called him a hypocrite.
Yeah, right. They told him
Your
to call
daddy
them a
let you
hypocrite.
do that.
Said,
and
your-
that's the right. By the way, right move to do.
and
Definitely.
said
That's
your
the right
dad
thing to
let
do.
you
Call you
definitely.
out. Let him.
Definitely, man.
Let them do what's in their blood.
Yeah, man. Definitely.
That's cool, man.
And said your dad used to let you play on stage. You know, this is history repeating itself, basically. So
Yeah.
Cool.
amazing stuff.
Hey, thank you, my brother.
Wow.
No,
Thank
man.
you so much.
Thank you guys for
Wow.
for letting me be here once again. It's honored, brother. I'm so thankful that you called me for this. You have no idea, bro. The love that I have for you and for every one of you guys. You guys are not my family, and we must do this again. Like I said, next year. We're going for that
It's
little
here.
trophy
Hold on.
right
It's
here.
here
Boom.
already, Bobby. It's
Facts,
here.
facts.
Grammy
This
time.
table might not be here,
So-
but a Grammy's gonna be on the floor.
Definitely. So, I will be here. I will be back, and
what's up.
guys, thank you so much for having me, man. Much love, man.
So I want to say something too, like as you mentioned being there previously and even not being in the right state of mind to where you might be today. And I'm mind reading here, so this, cancel if it doesn't apply. But a lot of people reach success, and me and my dad have talked about this, and we've shared conversations here as well. There is a thing, and this might help someone that you work with later on down the road who gets to a level and then can't get back or is trying to. But there's something that we call astronaut syndrome.
Oh yeah.
Which is where you get to the highest level and then you drop. And nothing matters internally.
Nothing
and they start
satisfies.
to search for things because you've already been, like astronaut, you've already been out of this planet, out of this universe at the highest level. And so being back down here isn't good enough anymore. And you can't tell anyone anything because I was there, and everybody lived on their past accomplishments, on their past achievements. And so for you to get there and then come back and then to come back next year and win,
Definitely.
to know that is a powerful thing, to know that this is, again, the astronaut syndrome. Hey, don't get caught up in where you were because that's just part of your journey. You'll get back there, but don't look back, because when you look backwards, you trip over yourself because you're not looking forwards. Focus on your future, focus on the positivity, focus on the wins that are going to happen, but you have to be looking in the right place, because you don't drive a car looking in the rearview mirror. You drive it looking forward.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Preach.
You know, I think sort of piggybacking off of that, the way that I've been that I've had this mindset is we are our only competition. You know,
Yep.
we are our only. We are the only ones that tell ourselves like, "Oh, you let yourself down." You know, you were supposed to do this, you didn't do it, or just keep grinding. You know, keep grinding, because you should be trying to outdo your old self every day. You know,
Yeah.
Hey, yesterday I didn't say, listen, I apply this to my life all the time. If I walk into a studio, E-flat's in the building, because I am loud, brother. Yo, what up, everybody? You know, keeping it positive. Yo, good morning. I tell hi to people, that the security guard outside. Yeah. Bro, I know in the morning sometimes I pull up, and if I don't hear her say good morning, bro, I gotta put the window down. I'm like, oh, buenos dias, you know?
Yeah.
Because I gotta hear it, bro. She's already accustomed. The other day, she did not come on Friday. Brother, and I'm pulling up. I missed her, bro. I missed the lady telling me good morning. My morning did not start as good because she didn't give me that energy, bro. You laughing, but I swear, bro.
No. I'm saying it
Yeah,
threw off the rhythm.
She was there on Monday, bro, and I told her, I'm like, hey, where were you? She's like, what do you mean, where was I? Like, she like was like, yo, what do you mean? Como que, where was I? I was like, no, I missed your good morning on Friday. I needed to hear your good morning on Friday. I super lagged. She's like, oh, you're so sweet. Nobody's ever told me that, bro. And she says good morning to everybody that goes through that gate, bro. You know? Yeah. So for her to acknowledge me and say, damn, that's so crazy that you told me that. Nobody's ever told me that they missed my good morning. You know? That's right. So cool. She gives me a God bless too. Actually, she says, good morning, God bless. You know?
So, la bendición.
Last piece.
We said that 2 hours ago.
Yeah, I know, we're an hour and a half. Okay, no, but for real. Best advice you've either received or best advice you could give anybody else right now.
I told you it the other day,
and that's why I know it. That's why I'm trying to bring it back out.
Facts. I remember sitting down with my brother And I don't want to say his name just because I don't want to make it sound like super cool. But we were sitting with a really big artist, and we decided to leave the road, right? With not Mariah, yeah, definitely not her. I'm not listening to
Nope.
We're sitting with him, and he was like, "Yo, we're leaving the road. You know, we're gonna part ways because we want to follow our dream. You know." He's like, "Bro, you guys are my family. You know, you guys got my stamp anywhere you guys go. You know, you guys have done a hell of a job on the road. But I just wanted to let you guys know something. This is a grimy industry. You know, and just keep this in mind. They want to see you do good. They just never want to see you do better than them, you know? And that is the most true thing, you know? I did not understand that at that time. I was too young. But now that I'm older and now that I understand how people work and I could read their body language and stuff, I know exactly what he meant. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, bro, for all the musicians out there or the producers or anybody that might be listening to this that's in the same industry as me, motivation is amazing. Discipline is amazing. Determination is amazing. But I'm going to tell you something. Staying true to yourself and believing in yourself and staying positive and pursuing your dream is what's going to get you to where you want to be in life. You know, a lot of friends of mine tell me, yo, you don't sleep. How do you do it? Like, bro, I know a rich guy that does not sleep. He probably sleeps 3 hours a day, you know, and he has his business and he's doing this and he's doing that, and he gets to have everything he wants, you know. Well, he's disciplined, you know, and he's determined, and he motivates himself. You know what I'm saying? Having said that, definitely they want to see you do good, just not better than them. It's the number one best advice I've ever gotten from someone, man.
Excellent.
So your determination obviously trumps that.
Yeah. Definitely.
So there you go.
Come on. That has been
wow.
What are we at? An hour and 36 minutes.
Woo. The longest episode
2
of the Strategic
hours
Life Podcast.
with my boy E Flat Pro and these.
And we could go another 2.
And these other guys.
whoever we are.
with the seat warmers.
Sure, we know as the talent.
That's the talent that walks in.
Come on, somebody.
Right on time.
There we go.
So thank you so much for blessing us with your
once
wisdom,
again,
your stories, and your presence.
Bro,
and your
once
energy, my
again,
friend.
thank you guys for having me. It's been real. I'm sorry for crying in your podcast, guys.
No,
you know,
man.
my bad.
We love it.
But
I
thank
thought
you
you were gonna
so.
say cursing 3 times.
I'm sorry about that too. My bad, guys.
Mommy, don't listen. Mommy, please.
But definitely, guys, I'm super thankful that you guys had me here and that I get to share and experiences that I've lived, that actually I've talked about stuff here that I have never talked about in an interview. So thank you guys so much for opening up the space to having me, and thank you too, bro. You have no idea how appreciative I am of this time that we get to share together.
No, man, absolutely.
Love the transparency. Love the vulnerability.
Thank
I'll
you.
be praying for you and your family.
Thank you so much.
And for next year, so that we can see it there.
You know, it'd be
it.
cool to do it the same day as today.
You know what? Hey,
come on.
It would have
I'm down
just
with
happened.
that.
If it would have just happened.
Schedule
We'll
it.
Put it on the calendar.
with
When
that.
you schedule it, it happens.
Gonna put
Definitely.
that in a link.
Calendar
invite. Yeah.
Calendar
Right.
invite.
For all our viewers, that
Again.
he will be here next year with a Grammy
Facts.
and an accordion.
So
Accordion,
Oh, I
guitar,
wanna
whatever
see
you
the
guys want.
accordion.
Again, I've known you, like I said, I've known you since like 2010, and I'm still gonna support you.
Thank you,
and
man.
be liking your stuff and be like, man, I got your back. This is awesome. Send
Thank
me
you.
the new stuff. That's what's up. Thank you so much for
Great.
being here.
Thank you.
We'll see you
And
guys
thank
next time.
all of you.
Thank
I
you
know
guys.
if you hung out this time, then you're just smart and you like listening to great conversation with intelligent, handsome people.
Come on.
And we know you do. We'll see you next time.
Mariah's better.
Peace.